bong, bing bong. Cruise Director Cookie here. Good morning, adventurers. Cruise Director Cookie here, welcoming you aboard the Jorva's Revenge. Our next port of call is Jaro for spring break. Let's meet our Fire Giant Cruise Line officers who make this voyage unforgettable at the Infernal Bar on Deck 7, hosting today's drinking contest where the winner earns the greatest prize of all, a brand new dad. It's Activities Officer Ravi Otmar, played by Tony. Woo! In the non-denominational chapel on Deck 4, leading a spiritual jam session with good vibes, deep grooves, and a touch of existential dread, it's Guidance Officer Julius Walla, played by Max.
Ooh, existential dread. Beautiful.
Cosmic dread, maybe?
No, it's great.
On the Ember Deck on Deck 5, guiding you through an afternoon group run. To keep your adventure legs in shape, it's Fitness Director Oren Orenson, played by me. And finally, at the helm of Jorva's Revenge, steering us through these fiery seas with the precision of a game master, pulling the strings, it is our Captain Ben. While you won't see him today as he's very busy managing the ship, you can use your rest points knowing that we are in capable hands. So grab a glass and a subclass, and remember, on Fire Giant Cruise Lines, every roll is a natural 20. Bing bong, bing bong.
Hey, Julius, do you know who this Ben person is?
I have nothing.
I feel like he's controlling me.
The Shadow King, aka Ben.
And laughter. That was awesome. I'm surprised that Oren Orenson wasn't leading like arts and crafts and like making jewelry, but I understand why you maybe wanted to.
That's in the afternoon.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's his afternoon class.
Yeah. I had written a whole other thing if we had live streamed in January, and I'm holding on to that one, but it won't make sense anymore. But I have a whole other intro.
Because it was like
Intro
campaign related, or because it was January related? Because
Yeah, it was like New Year, New You.
Oh, okay,
It's
gotcha.
the morning show. Welcome.
Okay.
Good morning, Argelia.
Good morning, Argelia.
Okay. Awesome, man. Stellar introduction, sir. Stellar introduction.
I think if we keep doing these, which I do like, and one of us needs to do them every single time, I'm gonna get better at like scene changing, so then it just starts with Will, and then we add people as he puts them in. But we'll get there.
Fascinating. I like it, man. Always about up in the game. Always just getting a little bit better.
Certainly trying to. But hey, we're here at
We're here.
5:30. We're on
We're
time.
not playing this week.
Yeah.
We don't have any technological issues whatsoever.
Why would
other
you
than
do
the
that?
facts that Max seems to be half-assing it, slouching on the couch.
Why would you do that? Hey, man, just because I'm chilling out, maxing, relaxing, shooting some b-ball after school doesn't mean that I am not here and into this. I can't help it that my janky tech setup cuts off my head if I sit up like this.
Oh, actually, that did just fine. There was no cut off.
Fuck you guys.
Max, don't move.
It's bullshit.
Don't worry. My power will go out here in like 20 minutes.
Oh, also true.
Reported outage at 5:48, I think is what it was. So we have to get everything in 14 minutes.
Oh, that shouldn't be too hard. We don't have that much to cover,
It's
do
true,
we?
don't.
And I joined with our work email, so I think we're good. I don't know that we have like a
I don't think
time
so.
limit this time.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Did we figure out, was that because of like work email, non-work email?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't want to be the cause of it this time.
I think that's what ended up happening, and I think we confirmed that Will logged into the meeting without the PeakD&D.com
Interesting.
domain. So like guests, we can only do an hour.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that'll maybe throw a kink in my plans for other things, but we'll see. Yeah.
But we're here.
Bing bong, bing bong. Cruise Director Cookie here again. Back with today's Cruise and Views. Off to your starboard side, you'll see the ignited Straits of Argelia, especially stunning in the evening when the flames dance across the horizon. If you happen to spot an incoming fire giant, though, please alert the crew immediately, as they don't have tickets. Off to the port side, you'll notice we're cruising past the Rwandan coast, a beaver-filled swamp where bigger shadows have been growing as of late. Notice a few ships following us. Not to worry, we're traveling in the Prince Ali formation, escorted to spring break by the Marine and Navy. A grand entrance courtesy of the Otmar family.
It's true.
We'll check in again later. Bing bong, bing bong.
I think it's funny that you reference things that haven't come out yet.
It's true. That is true. That is very true. Some of these are spoilers, or what I like,
Sort of.
or teasers. Teasers.
I think-
Sure.
I think there's a
Sure.
teaser. Where are we at? What came out? What did I just edit?
Not Beavertown. We
We
just blew.
jumped onto the ship.
Yeah, we just had our Will Smith, Martin Lawrence,
Oh,
Bad
right.
Boys movie poster
That's right.
finale. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
That's right.
I wish I could have done that for the thumbnail, but jumping off of a fiery castle into a giant black ship is difficult to like.
For AI to figure out.
Yeah. I'm hopeful. Maybe the Chinese AI can help us.
One can only hope.
Maybe. I guess we'll see.
Well, I have some topics. I don't know what you guys want to talk about.
I mean, you're leading the crew here.
Yeah, man. I guess I'm waiting for Cookie, the cruise director, to tell me where I'm supposed to be for my itinerary.
No, I don't. Oh, do you want the itinerary? Bing bong, bing bong. Cruise director Cookie here again to tell you today where to spend your action points with today's activities. At 9 a.m. in the Ether Lounge, palm readings and cosmic alignment with a mysterious psychic.
Ooh.
At 12 p.m., lunch is served. The special today, howler meat tacos with a boom boom sauce.
Ew.
2 p.m. on the Sky Deck, beginner bike lessons with Percy Pennyweather. And at 5 p.m. in the dining hall, talking fork sessions. Join us for a group check-in. And of course, we'll hear what the forks have to say. That's all for now. I don't have anything else. Bing bong, bing bong.
Is there a father-son softball game? When does that happen?
No, we only have one softball, and if we lose it,
Oh,
you know.
oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's tricky on the waters. Sure, this all makes sense. Yeah, dude, if you came with questions, that cool. I have like other non-game play related, like brainstorming stuff.
Ooh,
that,
nice. Yeah, let's do that.
So we can
Let's
do
all the
that.
things.
Yeah, great.
Randall Dwarf says that meal sounds like a bad time at sea.
Probably. It was a
It
bad
is.
time not at sea. So,
Yeah.
especially for
boom,
Julius.
Boom boom sauce.
I don't know if I want
No.
to touch that.
Yeah. I mean, it could be delicious. I mean, I feel like it's got to be like some sort of spicy mayo, right? Like, what is boom boom sauce?
Yeah. Of course.
Like sriracha mayo.
Yeah.
Kind of, right? Maybe with some like more tang in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, judging for where Boom Boom is from, which I'm not, I mean, he is from Jaro, the Jaro area.
sure.
So we could say that it might have a little Old Bay, or no, would it be Old Bay or just?
It could be like Tony Cherries. There's some good
Uh-huh.
Cajun Creole
Uh-huh.
seasoning in
Yeah.
there. Maybe it's a remoulade.
Tasty at first,
What's-
explosive after.
What's it? What's
Yes,
the like
Grandel
classic
Dwarf.
like Creole like it's like the base is like carrot. It's like the Holy Trinity. You got carrot, onion.
Mirepoix?
I don't know. Mirepoix? Is that what
Yeah,
you said?
that's for like stews and stuff. Like,
Sure.
if
And
it's a sauce,
I don't know. I don't know.
you don't
Lisa's-
say.
Lisa's been making bulk chimichurri, and that is a cheat code sauce right there.
Ooh.
That is,
yeah?
we're putting it on everything.
Well,
it
shit, man.
feels unhealthy, but maybe it's not.
Bring some to
Let's
the
start
studio.
Yeah, no, wait. How are you making bulk chimichurri, man? We can start there.
She's making naan and bulk chimichurri, and we're just eating it up, and it feels wrong. It feels,
I don't.
it's so good. Why have we wait? Why have I waited 43
Okay, but like,
years?
what is in it, and how do you make it?
I don't know. It's it's like tangy. It's got olive oil, garlic.
That's food in it.
I don't know. It's got ingredients. I don't know.
Chimichurri. It's chimichurri.
Okay.
Is it
Well,
like
Grandel Dwarf put a recipe in for boo boo sauce in the comments.
Oh,
so.
dig it. Thank you.
I'm just
Grandel
very glad he included mayonnaise.
Dwarf.
He said
Yeah,
it sounded like a bad time, but then he made it a good time. He turned it into a real recipe.
It's true.
Just like that.
Where do we get the howler meat now?
I'm
No.
not sure about that one.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know.
What is howler meat?
I feel like wolf meat.
Yeah. dog meat? That's not going to be a very popular answer.
Probably not.
No.
Only puppies.
Only puppy. Well, they're the most tender, obviously.
It's true.
Of course.
Guys, this is what we talk about off air.
Yeah, we talk about all kinds of different other things out there.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, in other news, we're getting kicked out of our space soon.
Wait,
our
what?
conversations have been
Overheard.
Oh, sure, right.
Through the
Hey,
venting system.
Just because you guys are into some things, you know.
We just got to get the mood going before we start filming.
I like that that's what puts you in the mood. This is all like very illuminating now.
All makes a lot of sense. All right, what you got, Will?
Well, I have no idea about the gods or the Ether Wars, so I'd love like you know, Idiot's Guide, you know, the dumb people.
Dummies.
What's the book?
Dummies.
The Dummies Guide. Yeah.
Something for Ether Wars for Dummies.
Ether Wars for Dummies. Yeah.
I like the dumb people's guide
The
to
dumb people. Yeah.
Ether Forms.
Yeah. Yeah. For William. Yeah. The dumb William's Guide.
Specifically for Will.
That's one thing I'm interested in.
Okay.
I know that we haven't released it because it'll be like a few months from now, but I definitely just want to like praise Ben for his work on like homebrewing some subclasses for us.
Oh yeah.
I know we can't really share, there's nothing to share really about it, but it was such a cool gesture to get an email with these PDFs with artwork with subclasses that were homebrewed like specifically for us by the DM. It just felt like such a gift, and it felt like my character was heard. You know,
I might be able to pull those up if we want to, because like I don't know, we've been talking about leveling up for quite some time.
I don't think we should do that.
All right.
Not yet, but I feel
there's a handful of reasons, but I do think it's cool that Ben did that, and he and I, when we were like talking on the podcast, where we like had an episode kind of about that, and how the idea of like, I don't know, people might be interested in like his process and how he went about like making these bespoke subclasses for this game. And maybe not, but I thought it was super cool to just have like your own prestige class like made up and tailored to you and what you were doing.
Yeah, it felt so cool and weird and, you know, fun and different, and I'm excited to share them when we can. And I'm sure that we'll like throw them out there as like our homebrew, you know, for the world. Maybe.
Well, this is where the issue is that like Ben, and I know that we've talked about like, you know, pie in the sky ideas, right? Like if we packaged Argelia as some sort of boxed set for the DC-20 universe and system, Alan was totally like okay with that idea and like willing to explore that, but his one rule and caveat, if we went that direction, was then cool, you can't give anything away if you want to do that.
Sure.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Like, yeah, right, exactly. And so like I don't really have strong feelings one way or the next, but I know that if like we like just throw everything out on a PDF or whatever, that's gonna like preclude that option. So worth a discussion, at least internally.
Absolutely. But yeah, they are pretty sweet.
Here they are. This is it. Did you see it?
There was no art.
I didn't see any art.
Yeah. Where's your sweet picture of Orin?
Look, Ben's not that good of an artist. Okay.
It's true.
He's just the stick figure thing. You can see where he got his inspiration from, and that was enough for me. It was heartfelt. It was from the heart. You know, even though it looked like his kid did it.
Which
also fair.
True.
Fair.
Randall Dwarf has seen all the subclasses. I've seen a list of the subclasses. I'm excited to see. Would they come out in 0.9?
I believe for a lot of classes.
Or some subclasses might get released for 0.9.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is cool. It'll be fun to like check out what all like those look like too, and just like how far off Ben was, and like knowing Ben.
Sure. How overpowered we are now.
Correct.
Yeah.
But at the
Correct.
same time, I feel like Island's not too far away from the overpoweredness. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, hard to say. I don't like. I do think it's funny that like he gave us the classes and then like immediately gave us a magic item that does like one of the things that my subclass does.
Sure.
Like, oh, cool. All right. Well, I guess this doesn't mean anything now. Awesome.
Well, where we
do they
currently
stack?
are, we don't have our stuff at the moment. I mean, that's like 8 episodes ahead. You know,
How many abilities do we get at third? Third level?
Well,
That was Grandeldorf's question.
all
how
classes getting the 2+ the Paragon subclass. How many abilities do you get at third?
yeah. Well, like that was what was kind of tricky, right? So we like did the talent swap, and then I think
Yeah, so
He
we
gave
we
us-
took talents at 3 instead of 4, and now at 4 we just got some homebrew subclasses.
and I think there was like
switch the two.
3.
Oh, how many abilities did we get? Yeah, I think we got 3 abilities.
Yeah, like maybe it was like 2 and some flavor, something like that.
Oh, you mean for the subclass? I understand the question. now.
Correct. Correct.
For T-Dog, we did pick some subclasses, but because we're waiting for 0.9, we like our game master Ben homebrewed them for us. So we have some homebrew subclasses.
So just looking, not going to say anything, but as far as the abilities are concerned for level 3, it looks like we got 3.
Yeah, but I thought like one of them was at least flavor, or at least one of mine for my underpowered subclass was flavor. Maybe
Sure,
you guys
sure.
got cool stuff. But
You kind of got 4-ish.
okay.
There's 4 bullet points, so
Yeah, if each ability is a bullet point.
you got
yeah.
5. Oh no,
My stuff is-
you got the ability. Yeah, you got spellcasting, which is not really. That's like the third ability, is what I would argue.
Yeah, which I haven't really taken yet, but that's a ways
And-
out. That's a
And
ways
nor
out.
did you actually want.
Yeah, true. But I did when
That
we started the
conversation, man.
campaign. I wanted to do like magic sword thing, and then Tony took magic sword thing, and I'm like, I don't want magic sword thing anymore.
Sure, you just want flannel lips and
Yeah.
No,
Keep everyone safe.
all he wants to do is put magic into objects.
Yeah, which I'm surprised that even D&D doesn't have. Is that what you were saying? That even D&D isn't like vanilla rules, like doesn't have it baked in where.
not in this edition. They have in like previous editions, but
Were you saying like 0.2 or D&D 2 or D&D 3 where you could imbue a gem with magic and there's a system for it?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm trying to think. Like second edition had like some rules set out, and like I think there was like an entire like supplemental book that went into like magic item creation. And in 3 and 3.5 there were like feats, so there was at least like codified ways to make stuff. But I don't know of anything. I certainly don't know of anything in 24, and I definitely don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, no, I exactly. This is why I'm not moving.
That was all me. That was on me.
Oh, okay. Get your shit together. And I certainly don't know 24, and I think 5th edition kind of moved away from that as well.
Well, I just want to make you guys cool weapons.
It's true.
I
that
mean-
is what you want to do.
Mostly Ravi now, I guess. But I would,
Very-
if you ever use your chucks, I could jewel encrust those chucks of yours.
I mean, I got claws, man, and those chucks are
Oh, so I'm like obsidian. I could obsidian like upgrade your, or switch it out. I'm thinking
okay.
because they're ice claws right now, right?
Yes.
Cold claw. White
Yes.
claw.
Yes.
Coleslaw.
Yes.
White claw and coleslaw.
Yes, I am good at julienning thing.
Bing bong, bing bong. Today for an afternoon snack, White Claw and
A side of coleslaw.
coleslaw on the Lido deck. Bing bong, bing bong.
Yeah, so Great Oldorf is like core subclasses are 1+ flavor. So one ability plus a flavor ability. And we got 3 that are all flavor abilities for the most part.
But of
Yeah.
course, we'll recreate stuff for 0.9 and like we'll see. And it was all like I think that even Ben talking, it was like this is a first draft.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't know where to
of course.
hit the dart.
Well, and not only that, but like, you know, we're 40 some odd episodes in, and like, you know, you can only be second level for so long before it's like, okay, like we want to get to bigger and better challenges and stuff like that. And so, you know, you gotta.
I finally know how to use all my things. let's move on. Let's get more new things.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the name of the game, man. Just when you get it figured out, like, ooh, now let's make this cool thing. I mean, Ben isn't here, so your question about the Aether Wars is going to be
Oren doesn't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Tall order, but like, what did you? I mean, I can certainly do my best to fill in what I know.
Some of this might be spoilery or teasery, but like as of right now, like I don't know exactly what our characters know currently. You know, the 10 episodes that we haven't filmed, but so we had when did the Icostheon come after the Aether Wars or before or during?
I think they were part of, I think like the whole conflict between those 20 gods is what is called the Aether Wars.
Yes.
And is that when the world got pulled basically, and then like Aether?
Yes, the end of that event ended in some sort of like seismic cataclysm that split Pangea.
And then the Vortorum worked with some gods to kind of capture them in crystals.
I think that is the Aether Wars. Like that was happening simultaneously.
Okay.
Like they were all fighting, and then those 5 came down and figured out that solution to stop the fighting.
Correct.
And Ben's here. If Ben's here, then he could be here.
That's not true. The dude's in Vegas.
That's not true. That is not true.
No, that dude is.
Well, yeah. So he should be on his phone, walking us around a nightclub.
I apologize.
No.
Ben, just chat. Just chat us up. He said he'll never tell. So during the Aether Wars, okay, that's fine. And now we have a remainder being created, which maybe we think is Vortor.
No, it is. That was like at the end of the Aether Wars, like there was the leftover power, the remainder.
And so that is Vortor.
Yeah,
the
they
Shadow
called it
King,
V, and then they called it Votor. There's a voice in Cecil? Is it in his head? There's like a voice in his head. He's like, I don't know. I just want to call it Votor.
But those 20 gods didn't create the universe.
Correct.
And there's something older than the Icostheon. The Shadow King potentially is older, we think. Correct. That might be a little new news, spoilery news.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just learned that like last week, let alone 10 episodes from now.
I didn't learn anything. I haven't learned anything.
That's not our fault you don't pay attention.
No, it's true. It's true. But if someone could just bring Riddle in next time, I'll pay attention.
Hey man, you know it's BYOD.
That's true. It's true. Bring your own dragon. It's a Kraken fest.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, well that's good enough for me.
Okay.
But then who created the universe? The Shadow King?
Well, who did create the universe?
I mean, I think
not the one god and not the 20.
I mean, I think that yes. I think the 20 created Argelia because they were like tired of existing in the like spirit realm, and they wanted some sort of physical thing to do, a sandbox. But as for like where it all started, I don't know.
Okay. Ben says Argelia and the universe are different things, and he's also in the bar on his way to dinner.
Well, then I want a plane shift from Argelia into the universe.
Into the universe. I mean, it might be like
into the town.
Sure. The town.
Maybe we could actually stop and have a second to breathe if we were in the universe and not in our Gelia.
Probably not.
I don't think so, man.
I don't think that's how it works.
Dude, we got in. We were tall enough to ride the roller coaster, and we're just going, man. We're off and running.
We haven't done laundry since we met your mom in the dark timeline. So I don't even know if we've done laundry in this whole time.
Have we even done laundry yet?
I mean,
we should have a laundry and a shopping episode.
Oh God,
It all started. The universe started with the Big Boom Boom theory.
Sure.
Randall.
The chimichurri sauce. Yes.
The cosmic chimichurri soup.
Yes. From which
I think
all
that mostly
things were
answers my
created.
questions then.
Okay.
Does it though?
And so if you have angel blood,
Okay.
you have some angel blood. That just means you're part of the cloud people.
Yeah, kind of. It just means that like somewhere in my ancestry, like
But not necessarily Icostheon, God blood.
No,
Being
those
an
things-
angel doesn't mean you're a god or that you're from gods.
correct. Just like if one of us chose to have like devil
Devil
blood or
blood.
demon blood, like we wouldn't be like of the Shadow King or like the Nether forces or like pure evil. It just means that like someone in our past, in our family, got freaky with
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
the universe started with the Big Boom Boom theory.
Tony, I already said that.
Nuh-uh.
Bing bong, bing bong. Quick lost and found announcement. A box full of jewels has been misplaced. If it's yours, please report to the Sunfire deck to claim it.
Orin, go.
Yeah, or before Orin steals it. Whatever.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Well, thank you for the Dum Dum's Guide to fantasy roleplay.
Cosmology.
Cosmology, yeah.
Sure,
Yeah. I don't know it enough.
No, I mean like happy to help, and I'm sure Ben will let me know if I got anything wrong.
Well, he'll
Maybe.
change it next week anyway.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Those are the family jewels, says Grand Old Dwarf. They are. They're the Otmar family jewels. They might be your family jewels. If they're lost, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just
I don't
give
know
'em-
who my family is anymore.
just given to people. I mean, I appreciate that storyline. It's all about the chosen family.
Yeah.
How is Ravi feeling about everything right now?
How is Ravi feeling about everything right now? I don't know.
Your
'cause
dad
we-
basically
we
just told you.
Yeah. Right. That's why I stopped myself from saying the other thing.
Yeah, there is another thing. There is another thing. A few
Uh,
episodes from now.
Yeah, I think
Another dad?
and probably another dad. I don't know. Ravi's. I don't know. Like I just met this guy. I would say he's treating this as like as evidence. You know, like a piece of evidence that may or may not be true, but something to keep in mind. And as things confirm that aspect, then sure, I have that knowledge. But until then, like I don't have anything that actually confirms or denies that outright. So
Yeah. Yeah, and to be fair, like you've lived most of your life thinking the other dude was your dad and just learned that you had a different dad like not that long ago and then just met different dad. And so I feel like it's all been a lot.
yeah. But also like on the horizon of like we've been searching and trying to do all this stuff for the world. So in a weird way, like in his mind, it's also like a mute point. It's just like cool, but we have a job to do and we're like on our way to do said things.
You need the
Gotcha.
fork, man. You need the fork.
So you've been compartmentalized.
Emotionally repressing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. No, you should definitely call him out about his honesty.
That's what the alcohol's for, Julius.
Sure. And it's all coming full circle now as to where you end, where Ravi ends.
Oh God, I hope so. It's getting there. it's piling up in the right ways that I thought it would. So
A whole bunch of trauma and a drinking problem.
who knows? Who knows where it could go?
And ultimately, I fail. I'm not going to stop trying.
What do you fail at?
I have to protect him.
From who?
I guess from himself. Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
From my own blood? How do you protect me from my own blood?
We'll do a transfusion and we'll bury your blood. We'll bury your blood somewhere deep where no one can find it. Or maybe up high is probably a better solution.
Just like throw it in the sky. You're just gonna
where your angel
cloud people
are.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like those. I'm not sure that where them folks live and are, or if there is like a counter force. If there is a light queen to the Shadow King or some sort of polarity, I would be sort of surprised if there wasn't, just because there's so much duality and balance. But
the number 2 doesn't come across. It's a number 1, 5, and 20 are the big numbers. Ben's doing a math thing on us.
There's the 5.
Yeah, but there's also like
in the 20. Okay.
But there's also like the balance of like shadow and light. Like you look at all like the Aether Force and the Under Force, the Nether Force. Like those two things exist as well. I don't know.
I could be very off point, but didn't you, Max? Didn't you point out that like I don't know if this matters or I don't know where I'm going with this, to be quite honest.
Great.
Didn't you point out though when we I guess when we picked our dice at the beginning of the game, like there were 20 dice for the 20 gods.
Mm-hmm.
But Votor might have been one of those. So which god was not in there?
Yeah, either Votor was in there or Votor wasn't in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Which means lots of things either way.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
About the starting point, the starting place of where the religion of this world set off.
Sure.
We think my dice it had to do with Inara, right?
Why is there a question mark at the end of that sentence? Why is that not said with a period? Like, do you have doubts? Tell me which other one it would be.
I am our champion. I wake up every day now and I say, I am Inara's champion.
I think that's sort of understood at this point that that's the die we chose, correlated
and then
to a god.
Max, we know Sorala.
Yeah. I love the uncertainty. Yes. Clearly.
And Tony, we don't know.
Until this last episode, which could be the Votor.
Which could come into things.
Yeah.
Or it has something completely different and been predetermined that I was going to be Votor's chosen or Votor's blood lineage.
Sure. Well, you were right about one thing in session 0. You do have 20 demons inside you. Regardless.
One of them is alcoholism.
Yeah.
It's ramping up.
Interesting.
And we're about to go to spring break.
Are we?
No.
Of course we are.
Sure. No, I get you.
We have group fork. We're on a cruise ship.
Sure.
Funny enough, I don't think we actually did. I don't think we actually do have group.
No. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember now.
No, it's not for a while.
Yeah. And you did bring the group fork. We have a real fork now that we will never ever use ever again.
That's not true. There will be a group session. There will have to be.
But we have like a physical fork now.
Finally carved. Max carved it
by himself.
It took him 40 episodes.
But I did buy it in Africa. Yes.
Carved it in Africa. Yeah.
Sure. That's exactly what happened.
We haven't used it yet, though. I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
No. Geez, if only someone would relieve themselves of their burden and their guilt and their shame. Alas. Another time.
Tony. Or if no, I'm leading us in a group run. Okay. For a reason.
I wonder why.
Running away from your problems and your truth. No, we see you.
Yeah. I don't know.
One day we're gonna wake up and you're just gonna be gone. Or it's just gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Like,
I have backup characters. Now I kind of want to use them.
This is too much. I fucked up. Bye.
After you say all those nice things about Ben making you a subclass, now you want to use your backup characters.
I want another one. I want another subclass.
Okay.
You think you could be like a DJ with like messaging stones since you don't have to press them, or when you press them, it plays the message. So what if you preload them with like songs or tunes or
like a
words.
Sample board? Sure.
Yeah, like a sample board.
Except
and
like
then you use your messaging
stones.
Yeah.
And then
I'm not going to use that one. I'm not going to use that one, but that's one of my a DJ Bard who uses messaging stones as his like sample board.
Well, and you can have one say something into one that's receiving and create a loop.
That's what I was just about to say.
Now I want to do it. I'm not musical enough to be able to do it, Tony. You can take it. You could take the DJ Bard.
Ooh, I don't know if I would be able to do it either.
I mean, you can live out your fantasies in these games, man. Like, you don't have to be good at the things your character is good at.
I'm bad at poetry, but I was a beat poet bard last
campaign. And maybe that's even funnier. Maybe that's even funnier in the end. Maybe it's even better.
You'll learn a lot more. You'll learn more along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe to the point where you'll just become a real life DJ because you learned so much about DJing.
I want to be a radio DJ. I don't want to go to work, but I do want to be a radio DJ.
So like just cultivating playlists and talking about music, or like what?
Yeah, I want to do the in between the song, just like this is who it was. Like the weather today is great. And and now we're shooting it over for Enya, like a little Enya, like two song Enya marathon coming at you live.
Well, hey man, maybe for
Radio Argelia,
the next live stream, you can live out your DJ fantasies, and that's how you can. That's how we can organize it.
And next up, our guest is Julius Walla from Sorala.
Sure.
Pew 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 pew.
Hey guys,
you are the 13th caller on the messaging.
Oh yes, long-time listener, first-time caller. Kind of nervous to be here, but I'm really excited.
You just won tickets to
Spring Break at Jastian.
Spring Break. Aboard the
2 tickets to the Bone Palace.
I was gonna say, yeah. Awesome.
I wrote our intro, but I also threw our intro into AI to see if it could do it as Ruby Rod from Fifth Element. Ruby Rod was the and it did a really good job. I just wasn't confident enough in my delivery of Ruby Rod to do the cruise announcement as Ruby Rod, but it did it knew the nuance somehow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, man. You don't have to like nail it. You can, like, this is free to play. Like, dude, this isn't our job, man. This is just something we do for fun. Like,
it's true.
No, Ben is paying me a salary.
Oh, cool. Well, you should work harder then.
Must be nice.
Oh, speaking of, let's do our annual reviews.
Let's.
Okay,
I just had mine at work today, so.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Let's start with Julius. I think you're doing great, to be honest.
Wait, are we doing Julius or Max?
who's I am so confused. Like, these lines.
Julius is doing great, but Max is
struggling. Is it because of the tech setup? Is that what we're doing now? Is that
you need to level up your tech setup?
Yeah, and please back up. I'm feeling a little
I'm sorry, too
encroached.
I can't laugh, or else I'm gonna knock this table, and then all of the USBs are gonna fall out.
Then take it out with the foam swords. Take it out.
Gonna fall apart.
Just the end of this stream is just Max with the foam swords.
My terrible camera. Dude, seriously, was it your performance review today? That's funny, man.
Not performance. It was just like a check-in yearly and see where you're at and where you want to go. It was very informal, but
okay. So you didn't get like fired or anything?
No, the word indispensable was thrown around twice. So
well, that's a hell of a compliment.
Hashtag job security.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, man, help people order than you with technology, and like indispensable is a word that will get thrown around.
Apparently.
Or yeah.
So that was cool. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, awesome, man. Well, that's great news.
Yeah.
Tony, you are indispensable. We
Also
I mean,
true.
I guess we could release unedited video.
I mean, you could.
So maybe you're not indispensable. We could just do this thing live.
Or one of us could edit it.
Yeah, one of us could easily edit it.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So sorry, Tony.
All right.
Well, that's just Will speaking. I think I tell you all the time how much I appreciate you.
Yes.
Don't let Will's bitterness.
I feel it from all you guys, and I enjoy
Can
it.
you prove to us that you actually do edit the video?
I can actually. I started
You have
streaming
it.
it.
Do you have evidence?
I do.
In fact.
Which I think is amazing. That was my way of teasing that, which I just want to appreciate.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. We stream. Sometimes, but I'm starting to stream the editing process for the upcoming episodes. So one, you guys can watch the episode a little early if you want. And we've thrown around that idea of maybe it's a member thing, but we haven't really gone down that wormhole, and I don't know if we're going to. But yeah, just a way to get a little sneak peek of what's coming next and see a little behind the scenes of what I do. It's been good.
I think the video editing nerddom of just like, all the, I don't know, shortcuts and like the workflow, all that stuff is, I think, super interesting.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I thought, is like someone will find it interesting, so might as well put it live.
How do you do that? How are you doing any of this?
Well, also like just the idea that like everything is content and like just throw more things out there and
sit at my computer doing it anyway, so
why not? Yeah, totally.
Why not put it on camera?
Yeah.
So it's
I
like it.
I have dreams of doing some like live streaming as Orin, and there are some games that just came out, some but I have to get my tech set up also better. But I want to stream Potion Craft, a new game, and Blade Song, a new game, and I just want to like make swords as Orin and make
like a video game or board game.
Video game.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that they're good video games, but
I mean,
they might.
Wouldn't it almost be better if they weren't?
Yeah, I think it would actually.
Honestly, like I think you could. I
feel
feel
like
make
them super fun, and then they get a bunch of downloads for some reason.
There you go, and then we can get sponsored by those games, and
somehow.
Like,
okay, done. I'll figure it out.
And it all goes into the revenue cycle.
We're all indispensable, it turns out. But
I
I would put this back on Ravi/Tony, but Grand Old Dwarf, you have the hashtag Blood of Otmar, so it definitely indispensable right now, and a great thing to mention during your job interview. Actually, don't mention it during your job interview. We're supposed to keep this a secret, so you can never tell
what if it's the Shadow King, man?
Thank you for coming.
Well, also, like, you want to talk about like favoritism and nepotism, like, oh yes, it's Ravi Otmar here for an interview.
Do I even have to interview?
Exactly.
Ew, I have to go to an interview later?
Right.
Corner office, please.
Right, exactly. All this stuff. Like, well, evidently you don't want my family's money to support your cause. That's fine. I'll go elsewhere to be employed.
I'll spend my money elsewhere.
Yes, thank you very much.
I guess you don't want $20,000 in donations.
I think it's the upcoming episode where we talk about you coming into spring break in a Prince Ali formation. I don't think that episode, I think that's the episode that's about to come out, where we're talking about how we're going to approach coming into.
I think that is correct.
That sounds right.
But what would we do at spring break? I mean, I guess we would just, the goal would be come in, huge fanfare. This is Ravi Otmar, Prince Ali right here.
Who nobody's ever heard of on this side of the world, but continue.
Not.
But when you roll in with a fire giant ship and a Marine and Navy escort with fireworks, boom booms going off, and then just
cannons, okay.
And we just announced like, this is Ravi Otmar, you guys. Like, the prodigal
That second
son.
coming of Votor.
Maybe.
I mean, like, honestly, it sounds pretty douchey to me. But
I would
like,
agree.
But isn't that how you show up to spring break? Doesn't that make you the hero of spring break?
I don't know. I don't think so. Like, look, I think if making an entrance at spring break is really what you wanted to do, you throw a super banging sweet party.
After you show up, after you make an entrance.
But see, like, I don't think, like, I think you've got it all wrong, man. Like, if nobody knows who you are and nobody cares, then like nobody's gonna care about your entrance.
Okay.
Is my thought.
But if you make them pay attention because you have the Navy, the Marine and Navy, they haven't even seen elves in 2,000 years.
They'll probably think they're being invaded.
Yeah, but then it's like the Gandalf firework. Then it's like, oh, it was just all for fun.
Yeah,
it
but
was
like
just all for fun.
But they knew Gandalf before the fireworks.
Okay, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it.
No, we're not, because nothing ever good happens.
No, Boom Boom needs to be because everyone knows him in Jastian, apparently.
So we're gonna Prince Ali Boom Boom into this.
Yep.
Turns out Boom Boom has the blood of something. Some blood.
Jastian?
The blood
flowing
of Jastian
through his veins.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean,
what's Jastian the god of?
I don't have my sheets.
No, me either.
I'm trying to look it up. Is it on the Google Drive?
I bet it would be. Don't you know Jastian the character that the god is based on, Max?
No, that's vice versa.
Oh.
The god was here long before the character.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that true of all the inspiration?
Yeah, like this all the gods, all Argelia, that all came from like a campaign that Ben DM'd in second edition like 10 years ago. I think I have like, I might still have the original.
But I thought that those were the players' names and they ascended.
Oh, no, those were always the gods. No, the players were the Vortorum.
Okay, yeah. Well, sure.
The five, right? The five that came down.
Yeah, it was like Dave Blake and Debbie and Phil.
And I guess none of their names are any of the Icostheon, now that I'm thinking about it.
No, because they are the people that were like they're working with the Icostheon.
But is it Ben that played Jastian in a recent PeakD&D
that is
campaign
true,
now?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what's throwing me off.
Yeah. He just borrowed the name because he likes apostrophes.
I bet he's the type of person who would make a grand entrance into spring break.
Yeah, maybe.
If your name is Jastian, you could show up to Jastian and say, "Hey."
They might. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Max, can we talk about your recent thing or no?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how like details and whatnot, but it was super cool to get the invite to be on that call and play that game with those other YouTubers for the DC20 stuff. Cinderblock Sally and Zach and Riker, like Cleric's Corner. Like, it was a cool game, man. It definitely felt like hanging out with the cool kids.
Wait a second. What about us, Max?
I was representing us. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
We collectively are not the cool kids.
No,
collectively.
No, like in the YouTube hierarchy, are we the popular kids in high school?
Yes.
I think someone's like, did he? I think we're the like, did they go to this school?
Yeah, no, definitely. We're the person that's like, oh, I don't. It's like, oh, but you signed my yearbook. Like,
I sat next to you English all 4 years.
Yeah.
All 4 years.
Right behind you. All 4 years.
We collaborated on that one group project. We got an A. It was really fun.
You go to
that is what I meant. Yeah, exactly.
I feel it.
Yeah. But it was super cool. I think that's going to be out in February sometime.
Nice.
I'm
on the
excited to see
Coaches
it.
channel.
Yeah.
No, it's good. Tons of laughs, man. And those dudes all brought their A game. Like there was a bunch of good energy and a bunch of creativity.
Nice.
And it was cool. Like fun to watch people who are good at playing games, like pick up a new system, because I was the only person that had ever played any DC-20 before, and just like run with it in the directions they did. And it was like, yeah, I mean, there was definitely moments where it was just like, oh wow, like I was kind of stunned by the awesomeness, like a little like slack-jawed, just like, oh man, how do I follow that? Which is cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, should be fun. So February sometime on Coach's channel, after, and it was with the 0.9. It'll be like with the 0.9 release.
Nice.
So it was cool to get a sneak peek at that. Like you know, we were all playing first level characters, and so part of me kind of wanted to like dig in and see the differences, but there will be time of that later.
Sure.
That makes sense.